The title of the stream is There's No Such Thing as Sin. And there isn't. Sin is a concept that is meant to keep you tied to religion. There's no such thing. Now, I hear Christians already saying that we need an objective morality. No, we don't. Morality evolved before religion. I have a series on that. It's called Do We Need Religion to Be Moral? Again, morality evolved before religion did. Now, why is this? Well, simply put, we are a social species, and it is in our best interest not to do things that will harm other people in our species. Now, granted, there are people like psychopaths or sociopaths that, they're born without consciences and they really don't get this. They're not empathetic. But by and large, we have this morality, and it is not objective. And you can tell this because there are different things in different parts of the world that are considered moral, such as in some parts of Polynesia. I do believe that the Polynesians are getting away from this, but there are parts of Polynesia where it is considered moral to cannibalize your loved one. It's a form of keeping them with you. They believe that if you eat your loved one, then he or she will stay with you. And that is considered moral in the Polynesian society. In Western society, we generally abhor cannibalism. I mean, we can see it every time we're confronted with horrible people who do horrible crimes and then cannibalize their victims. But is cannibalism wrong? If you kill somebody to cannibalize them, then yeah, that's wrong. But is it wrong to cannibalize somebody after they've died? Take the people who crashed in the Andes Mountains. Their fellow people died. They didn't do anything to make them die. They just died. If they had not eaten their fellow people, they would have starved. Was that moral? So you cannot have an objective morality. Thus, you cannot have sin, because sin is objective. And like I said, sin is just a concept that religionists use to keep you under their control. Everyone has a morality compass. Well, except psychopaths and sociopaths. They actually need to be told what's moral and what's not. But for the most part, all of us have a morality compass. And by the way, not all psychopaths are serial killers, but all serial killers are psychopaths. Just wanted to put that out there. Psychopaths make wonderful CEOs because they don't care who they need to step on to get ahead. Just throwing that out there. So why are we, in this day and age, why are we still clinging to this outdated concept of sin? Well, for the most part, we can thank Paul, as in Paul the Apostle, because he is the one that actually popularized the fact that sin is inherited. The Jews do not have any kind of sense of sin being inherited from Adam. The Jews believe that we are punished for our own sins. Like I said, I just reject the concept of sin outright. Things are moral or they're immoral. Sin has nothing to do with it. At any rate, so there's no such thing as sin. There is such a thing as morality. And no, Christians, there's no such thing as morality, as objective morality rather, excuse me. And actually, if we use the Bible to get our objective morality from, if there was such a thing, we would still be having slavery, because the Bible says there is nothing wrong with slavery. So, excuse me. So we are much more moral today in the 21st century than they were back when the Bible was written. And it is because we have outgrown this idiotic concept that there is an objective morality, and anybody who doesn't adhere to this objective morality deserves to die. And we are much, much better off for it. You know, there are other societies who they haven't gotten past this kind of sin concept. I don't want to go too much into it because that's something for another day. I just wanted to hop on and do this. Sin is an outdated concept kind of live stream for you, but yeah, in order to establish that sin is a thing and sin is inherited, you have to first prove that sin is genetic, because that's the only thing that can be inherited, is a genetic condition. Nobody can prove that sin is a genetic condition, because it is not. That's the bottom line. It's just a concept. It's a concept that religionists use to keep you captive. And if you are a person who believes in hell, then the religionists have an added layer to keep you under their thumb, because if you sin, you go to hell. Now, there are some Christians who don't believe in hell, and I understand that. But, you know, there's this thing where you sin, you go to hell. Most, but not all Christians believe in hell. It's a control mechanism. And if you can break this control mechanism, you can break out of this cycle of being controlled by the religionists, by your religion, and you can, I hate to use the word ascend, because I don't believe in that kind of thing, but you have your own morals and values. And once you realize that religion is just a bunch of nonsense, then that frees you to explore your own morals, your own values. Why do I have these morals and values? Instead of just, I have these morals and I have these values because I was taught to have these morals and values. That's not a good reason to have morals and values. It's just not. Anyway, I just wanted to say what was on my mind today, and I'll see you later. Bye.